Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys an RC car that I have downstairs. But first I'm going to show it to you in the I'm on RadioShackCatalogs.com. I'm going to show you the car and the cost of the car. Back in 1988 it was actually new. It was available September 30th of 1987, but it was new for the 1988 catalog, and it cost $159 in 1988. And that is the Golden Arrow. It's a digital propulsion steering for gradual and sharp turns in forward and reverse, friction damper front and rear shock absorbers, reduces bounce to keep buggy on track, rechargeable battery pack and charger is what it came out with back then. Eventually they actually split the battery pack and the chargers separately, and you had to buy those separately. That they didn't come with the car anymore. It was in multiple catalogs after that for a while, and then they switched it out. And if you look, it was the most expensive car that Radio Shack offered. It says the full assembly. Okay, let me make that larger. The full assembly 2-channel Golden Arrow buggy has the powerful Mitsubishi RS-540S electric motor and blows the competition away. You'll enjoy the excitement of a real RC racing. Wide-angle bumpers let you catch waves at the beach, which I wouldn't want to get this car wet. When it says catches waves at the beach, that's something I would not want to do. Features a FET motor drive system, trailing arm front suspension, and a rigid axle rear suspension with a 120 volt UL listed AC charger and 1200 milliamp nickel cadmium battery pack. And the car was 15.5 inches long, and it ran on 27 megahertz. Transmitter requires 10 AA batteries. That is wrong. Then the transmitter itself requires 6 AA batteries, and the car itself requires an additional 4 AA batteries to receive the transmission. And it also takes the battery pack. And if you look here, it offered basically any way you wanted to steering. Golden Arrow number 3. I had one of these as a kid as well, and I played the crap out of it. I actually wore the car out until it died one day when I got it a little bit wet accidentally when I was playing with it with a little bit of snow and slush on the ground. My front, it takes these little plastic wheel bearings in the front, and my plastic wheel bearings were actually wore out to where the front tires had a little bit of sway side the side of them, and my back tires were bald as could be. Here we actually have the Golden Arrow. As you can see, this one here says band 6, 27.255 megahertz. This is a Golden Arrow digital propulsion. It's dirty, it needs to be cleaned up, but if you look at this, controller powers on. In the back of it, we have the battery compartment. Let me lay this down so I can actually open this up. You take your 2 thumbs here and you pull down on it, and it opens up the battery compartment. It takes 6 AA batteries. These old batteries expired in 2018, or best use by date was 2018, so they're a little bit older, but they still work. And here's how you control your steering trim side to side underneath here. And then for forward and backwards, how you can control how sensitive it is. And if you pull over a little bit, it'll turn just a little tiny bit. And if you pull a little bit more, it turns a little bit more. It's all digitally controlled, which was pretty advanced for back in 1988 when this vehicle was in the for the new catalog. It came out in '87, like I said earlier, September 30th. Now this car does need a good cleaning. If you look at it, the wheels are all dirty. I just picked this up, and the only thing I've done to it so far is put batteries in it and recharge the battery pack for it. And it does hold a charge. I have a little bit of sticker wear up here on the top of it from them probably flipping it over, and up here in the very back. The bearings feel good and tight still. Tires are wore, but they still have some nubs on them. They used to have little points on them, or little nubbies on them, like decent sized little nubbies. Because I remember whenever I had mine as a kid. Now we flip her over. If you look, I got cobwebs on this car and everything else, because the person I bought it from said it was in their basement for a while, and it was not cleaned up before I got my hands on it. This whole part here in the back moves for the suspension. It's a solid rear axle. Then in the front we have independent suspension. And we have the Radio Shack catalog number 604080. And right here you're supposed to lift this up a little bit to slide it back. With it being older plastic, I make sure to be careful lifting up on that because I'm afraid of breaking plastic. And here we have two more of those older batteries, and I had to throw two newer batteries in because I didn't have any more. And we have the battery pack right here. The catalog number on the battery pack is wore off, but if you look, it's an original Radio Shack battery, and it will still charge up and hold a charge. If you look there, the car is turned on now. Controller is turned on. I'm not sure if I need to clean up the controls inside the controller, or no, actually just putting up the antenna made a difference. And if you pull back slowly, you'll notice she'll come right back towards us slower. And forward too. And if you pull back further, you notice we'll start spinning tires and stuff. I don't want to bang this off the wall and have a chance of breaking it. And let me turn the car around so I can show you guys the steering. Like I said before, this is the trim for the steering. I can control that side to side. You notice we pull slowly. And then we got full speed just by pulling it side to side. But you notice you can actually control how far over it steers. Does the same with the throttle response as well, and forward and reverse. I may do a video of actually cleaning the car up. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to have to take the top cover off and carefully clean it. We do have some scuffs on the front bumper of it as well. But whenever you consider we're in 2020 And this car came out in 1988 catalog and it was released in September of 87, so it would have been out for the Christmas season of 87. That it has some age to it. This sticker here is coming down a little bit. I need to see if I can get some type of glue to put that back up on, because I don't want the sticker getting messed up or the decal getting messed up worse than it already is. I may do a video of actually taking it apart to give you guys an idea. Now to give you let me go ahead and flip this car over. And let me hold the one tire. And if you watch here, those tires do loosen up when you hold the other tire. So again, it gives you an idea that this thing does have quite a bit of power to it, but not as much as these newer cars like I have back there. And there's little nuts here, you can actually remove the wheels. Well, I'd like to thank you for watching my video, and in my next video I'll probably have this car out and driving it around. Remember to click like and subscribe.